Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing today? Thank you so much for being here. I'm super excited to be coming on to educate us today. My name is Zakor, and I want to make sure that every single person comes on here today to just learn something great about themselves through the market. All right, so today I just wanted to do a full market breakdown on how, some people ask me, well, how do you look at the market? So I want to take this opportunity to just, go over a quick little introduction or just quickly a run through actually of just some for where I can be able to look at the market at certain times, especially the market is closed. So those who traded this week, I hope you guys had a successful trading week. And for those who took some lessons this week, it's okay because guess what? It happens to the best of us sometimes. So don't beat yourself down for it, okay? Just keep believing and keep working. All right. So now, when it comes to the market, guys, it's all about you. Okay, if you're, let me just get straight to the point, that way we could just, you know, cut it short and simple and make it make sense. If you're a greedy person, you will not be successful in this market. If you are an impatient person, you are not going to make it successful in this market. If you're a gambler in a negative way, it's not a good place for you. All right. So it just comes down to you just knowing exactly what you want and doing whatever it takes to make sure you achieve your goals and dreams. Okay. So right now we have gold on the weekly time frame, and this is the current low right here, and this is also the current high, right? As you can see. So what I normally do in the first place, I'm like, okay, cool. If that's the case, and what's the overall structure? So right now, as we can see, gold has been overall bullish. Okay, as we can see, right, gold has been overall bullish. We have right here, and I was like probably the last low, and then we have the last big high right is over there from what I'm seeing. Also, just keeping those in mind, and then you see that right now it's in a correction phase, but also in a bullish one as well from current price action. Okay, from current price action. Okay, hope you're following along. For current price action, we see that price has also been overall bullish. It will give us a new high over here, give us a little retest, and then it's continue. One thing I also do that helps me to verify where exactly structure is in the market is also using what we call the Fibonacci retracement tool. So I just come in and pull it from the most recent low. I mean, obviously, yes to this high right here, but which is the most recent and strongest high. However, it also forms structure at this level as well. So right here, as you can see, price came to this particular price level of 1,960, and we traced down up onto 1821. So on a Fibonacci retracement, it retraced all the way down to the 38.2. And when it comes to when price retraces any time from a bullish perspective or from a bearish perspective, going from, let's say it's going towards the downside, right? Price retracing at the 38, 50, 618, anything lower, anything lower from current price being at this high, anything that it retraces into from this low to the bottom is what we call a PRZ zone, which is a price reversal zone on the Fibonacci retracement of those price in general. Okay, so it came all the way to the 38.2, which just means that structure just formed on that particular structure level. So I can one thing I also do sometimes is just to mark up areas is just having a quick little draw of zones, right? So it's called zones, right? I just draw a quick little zone area at this particular low. And why did I do that? Well, I did that because when price gets to a certain area and moves, that's an area that we have to pay attention to. Okay, and right here was also the 38.2 level that we just saw right now of the Fibonacci retracement tool. So what happens is you then mark up that zone, and I use this color blue because it's on the weekly time frame. Okay, I use the color blue because it's on the weekly time frame. Um, and then we also, draw another quick one right here as well. Boom, Well, okay. So now that we have put up our zones, right, that we also call supply and demand. So basically, you know, supply was acquired at that area right there, which then dropped onto up onto this demand zone, and now it formed a new high again. Okay, so right now price, I want to put this horizontal line right there just to mark up where price is right now. Okay, for the weekly time frame. So those are mainly the two tools that I need right now. And as you can also see right here, since that's a new structure, let's not see where the price is right now for Fibonacci retracement tool. So right now, price has went on a full long, right, all the way up to 2067 on a full long. And the reason why I said full long is because each move in here also counts as a long, but the full long ends right there. So price got to the 38.2 area, closed below the 38.2, and got retraced all the way down to the 50%. At the 50%, it bounced off again due to the fact that that was a previous supply zone that now is turning to a demand. It bounced off up until 1967, but then retraced even more and closed below that zone on the weekly time frame. Right? So right now we can see that price retraced and closed below the zone on the weekly time frame. Right, okay, I can see where it is now. Okay, perfect. Right, so now let's go even lower now on the daily time frame. So right on the daily time frame, we see that price went from this low up onto this high. As we can see, that's that full long we're talking about. However, just see some potential areas now that price has gotten to this area, and um, and the market also has what we call lower highs and lower lows, high highs and high lows. Now, that's what I can always go later in my course. But as of right now, I'm just going a quick little rundown on how I look at the market. So right now, we know that price is on an overall bullish move, literally, right? Because this is the same low zone that we saw on the weekly time frame, right? That we also saw on the daily time frame. This is what we call time frame correlation. So pay attention and don't get lost. You really have to know exactly where you're in the market. Okay, so right now we're on a overall bullish momentum, right? And if I want to just, let's say if I want to draw it out, look, we went from boom, right, high, higher low, higher high. Okay, that's literally what the market has done so far. Okay, pay attention now. So now that we know that we had a high low and a high high, what are we looking for? A new what? Higher low in this area, anywhere in this area, to give us that continuation towards the upside. If price was to continue going bullish, right? So let's say price is here right now, right? If anywhere between this area, if price was to come in and just remain in this area, it can either come in, continue from where it is right now, let's say to this area or anywhere in this zone and take off, right? If it gives us the right formation for that. But let's say it can also come this way and break below this zone and closes up below this, then the possibility of even going lower is high because it closed just the way it closed at this zone below here as well. So it might just continue going lower and lower and lower. But because it closed below the previous resistance right zone that is called supply and is now leveraging it to form a new demand zone over here, right? That was here before and now we broke below the demand and is going even lower. So what can potentially happen right now is on the higher side. But this is basically how I analyze the market. And let's say right now, for example, price is here. So now I know on the daily time frame, we have we can definitely this is what we also call counter trending. Okay, so now we know that the overall structure, is bullish. However, we can still take some quick moves with the market while the market is warming up. So right there, boom, is a zone right there on the daily time frame. I have to mark that up just for me to pay attention to. Also, this last little move right here, boom. All right, that's a zone I need to pay attention to as well. Okay. So cool. Once price comes anywhere between this zone, let's say it stays on this zone, right? Let's say price stays on the zone like it is right now, and it's strong enough, price could just potentially continue. And once it breaks above here, it can then continue to go bullish. Or if it closes below, if it closes below, because now it's retraced it, right? It's retraced and now it's turning into a resistance level, as you can see on the daily time frame. Price it closed like a hammer. It closed on a hammer formation from my perspective, based on what I see the candle forming. The buyers pushed price all the way up onto this price level, but then the sellers came in and closed it right below the zone. And this is a strong zone that is marked up from the previous price level, which is now turning to a resistance level right now. So if it closes below, because of the fact that it could just my price can open next week and go even lower, it might just come in here and give us something in between these lines as well. Right. So guys, that's easily how I mark up the chart. But if I was trying to just keep even going lower to then see if I could even take a position anytime soon, because you can see right here on the 4 hour time frame, you know, it's a lot of things that we have to also consider, like this zone right here, right? So that's just one of the zones that we have to consider. And then, as you can see, every time frame has its own color for me. I have to do it that way, because that way I can pay attention to what's going on in the market. So price right now is at a weekly zone, okay? And as you can see, price technically just gave us is literally, from my perspective, is forming a W formation. So as you can see, boom, boom. So let's say now this is where it wants to stop due to this previous low right here. Let's say he wants to create up as a zone as well to continue going bullish. That can potentially happen as well. So, pardon me for that. All right, bet. So, um, that's something that can potentially happen, or it could do the same thing, right? Which is form the W's, like I was saying, right, and then come to this area to break below again and continue going bearish. Those are all theories that the market can play out, right? Those are all things that this chart markup is indicating for us. Okay. So guys, that's pretty much it, man. Unless I wanted to use the Fibonacci tool, for example, to see, where exactly is price formation. So as you can see right here, that's a support zone, but now it's technically turning bearish. So let's say that was a low right here. And then when this high, but then price is not below it. So I can put my Fibonacci from here up until this moment. And the reason why I had to pull it this low is because over the past series of movements, it hasn't had this large of a retracement. And it retraced all the way to the 38. And the 38, like I said, is a strong pressure reversal zone. But then it got there and froze, right? And it's almost forming a new move towards the downside, right? If because of now we've seen this, right, it can decide to continue going bearish when the class opens, because you already know that 38.2 is a strong reversal zone. So it might just continue to go bearish up until it clears all the liquidity from the past. Yeah, until it clears all the liquidity from the past, and things like that, before you can move forward. But that's pretty much the chart work markup, man. Like, once this happens, now it could potentially happen next week. But if you go even lower, you can see even more clear stuff, right? So there's also something that I also do, because now I know it's on the bearish side of things, and now I see that this zone is right here is playing pretty strong, and now I see that price is consolidating, right? As you can see, price is also consolidating right here, right? So what does that also mean? It means that price right now is accumulating, right? Sorry, is accumulating right now to explode for a temporary position, and so that way we can also see, the same situation happen around here as well, because this is the hourly time frame. This is where the intradays come in. The higher time frames has been a swing position all this while, okay? But right now, this is the intraday perspective coming in, right? So if price can do the same thing that it's doing here over here within the next few hours to some days when the market opens next week, right? If price was to just explode this way, right? Okay, there we go. If price was just explode this way and form the same thing and pretty much just give us like something like this, right? It's gonna explode even lower. The reason why I say that is because if we pull out our Fibonacci, for example, and go from this high to this low right here, well, as you can see, that's a 28.3. That's a 23.6 right here. Right? That's just approaching. But if I'm saying our price would even go higher than 38.2, as deep as this zone area, which is also called my hot pocket, this 71 area. So if you was to ever get to that point where it gets into that area or even higher than that, guys, as long as price doesn't go above this zone, if I'm going to be really honest with you, as price hasn't gone above that zone now, right here, this zone up here, as price doesn't go above it, we are definitely still on the bearish momentum. As long as price doesn't go above here, right? As long as price doesn't even break above here to continue going higher than this, we're still bearish. It's very simple. And let's say price goes above it, then guess what? We know where it's going next. This zone right here, 175 area. So that's just how you mark up the chart, guys. And even for my remember, don't get lost sauce. We're still overall bullish, guys. Right? We're still overall bullish. Look, like I said, this is that leg that we're talking about. We're still on that same leg, but we're just trying to follow the trend to see when it is finally ready to um counter our continuation with the bearish momentum to then continue going bullish. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited for you guys' journey. I just want you guys to continue to join me on my journey every single time that I come on. I'm here to support. Drop your comments, like, comment, subscribe, follow. Follow us on Instagram, Zbond Academy. Follow us on YouTube, Zbond Academy. Let's have fun, man. Thank you so much.